We are Mia and Massi. We live on this beautiful island called Sicily. Join us on our adventures around the island and making and eating local cuisine, on our villa DIYs and on our simple slow living. This is our Sicilian Dolce vita. Venite con noi. So we've parked the car here and there's the sea. Perfect for our kayak. Right, let me help Massi take some stuff out. There you can see ortigia, and then they've got all the mussel farming here in front. What we're going to do is we're going to go that way, round the coast to the other side. Che bella vita. So we have a little problem. We're gonna just hang about for a bit and see, because the first valve we put in, it went down. So now we've put in another one and we're gonna see if that will hold.
I'll explain a little bit here. What it is, I've got a spray valve.
Yeah.
I remember one is faulty.
Okay, so maybe we put the faulty one in first.
The faulty one, but we're not gonna go out until we're sure. So
No, obviously. Okay.
Pressure.
Let's see how it goes. We'll go for a swim in the meantime. Okay, and here we are. Luckily there was no hole, no damage, so we're going off on our little kayaking session. Right, so we've just rowed all the way past this little beach area here, and we're going to continue all the way there. Some beautiful private houses here, and they even have their boat garages down here. It's the life. Look at that. I am helping him, I promise you. Am I helping you, Mas?
No, you help me just by being here.
Right, we're going to stop off here for a little bit and go for a nice swim.
So actually, what could a man ask for more? He's got his woman rowing, and I'm just chilling. Yeah, baby. Beautiful. Loving it. Keep rowing, yeah? Don't stop. When we get to land, let me know. I'll hoist the anchor.
The next day while we were in Ortigia, we saw a bride and a groom, and it almost looked like a movie scene. It was absolutely beautiful, and the setting was breathtaking. Oh dear, Massi's found another one that he likes. He's not going to run off with the bride, and the car, is he? Very nice. I like the flower arrangements. The next day, my grandkids came over for a swimming session. I absolutely love these moments with them. Buongiorno! Buongiorno! Karen and I are in paradise. We're in paradise. Oh my goodness, and we're the first ones here too. It wasn't an easy climb down, was it?
But it was worth it.
It was definitely worth it. I'll just show you what we are.
The water is crystal clear.
Stunning, guys. Look at this. So this is called Cala Zafiro, and it's in the Plemirio area. Right, we have to obviously go down these bits of rocks to get into the water. So it's not easy, it's not for the faint-hearted, but
It's an adventure.
yeah. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. I'm being very brave in letting Karen go down first. I said she looked like Ursula Anders in James Bond with that mask and tube. I'll show you how to get out. Yeah, Scottish lassie. This is not the loch. One, two, three. Yeah! Cold? They are literally fighting over this bit of bread. They've divided it into two.
There's some huge ones over here where that donkey
Yeah.
is.
Big fish around. Buongiorno, good morning. So today I've decided that I'm going to go to a nursery to buy something to put into that terracotta urn that we moved last week. So if you've watched last week's video, you'll know that we took away some plants here and moved our pot, and the existing plant that was in the pot didn't survive. So I'm going to go and see if I can find a plant that's going to spill over and, you know, just look a little bit pretty. But I just thought I'd take you along with me so you can see the scale of one of the nurseries. This is a good one. They produce their own flowers and plants, and then they sell them. And the handy thing is that it is in front of the cemetery. So if you're going to the cemetery, you can just nip across, pick some buy some flowers, and obviously take them with you to the cemetery. Now, I haven't been to the cemetery in a long time. My dad is buried there. So I think, no, I know, I'm definitely going to buy a bunch of flowers and I'm going to take them to my dad. And at the same time, as I said, I'm also going to get something to put into that urn. So come along with me. I just thought I'd stop and show you this beautiful view that I take when I go to the nursery. It's just a stunning view of the mountains. And this little road that I take, when I go with the kids, I call it the magic road, and they love it. Can we go past the magic road, Nonna? And we always stop and admire this beautiful view. Okay, let's go. Love anything rattan. So elegant. Rows and rows of beautiful flowers. Of course, these are all indoor. I think they're probably a little bit more delicate than the other ones. So, like for example, hydrangeas would never survive in our summer outside. You'd have to keep it in a greenhouse. And so many times I've bought hydrangeas and they've all died. So I've given up on hydrangeas. Then you've got your lanterns over here, and then the trees start. So you've got all your citrus trees, your lemon trees, everything that will survive in the hot climate of Sicily. Little palm trees here, everything. It just goes on and on and on and on. It is huge. Hi everybody, I just wanted to have a little chat while I put my new flowers into the terracotta pot. My gloves are all wet, but anyway. So the reason why June every year is quite a heavy month for me and my brother and my sister. It's because it's the month that my dad died, and I mean, he's been gone now for 20 years. Can you believe it? And it's still a really difficult thing to accept. The reason being is because you know, he worked extremely hard. He was an immigrant, like I think a lot of your parents or yourselves are, or your grandparents were. He was an immigrant. He worked so hard, like a lot of Italian immigrants did, and he managed to buy, you know, a couple of houses, a few businesses, and he was really looking forward to retiring in this beautiful villa where Massimo and I now live here. Unfortunately, he was a few years away from his retirement. He was 59 when he got really, really sick and he passed away. He passed away here while he was on holiday. And that's the reason why I have him just up the road here at the cemetery. Now, I don't want it to sound morbid or anything. And the reason why I filmed at the cemetery is just to show you how, you know, it is beautiful to celebrate a life that once was, and to remember the people that we loved so much. And of course, we are going to be sad. It's only natural that we miss them. But when I walk into that specific cemetery, I get a sense of, I don't know, it's a beautiful sensation. And I know that there are a lot of people that once had beautiful lives, and a lot of people go and visit them and celebrate their lives. And that's the way I see it. I don't see it as morbid or, you know, or depressing. I look at the statues and I honestly think Sicilian cemeteries are incredible. The art, the statues, the everything about them is incredible. I mean, I remember when we first came here together with my daughter, we were fascinated by the local cemetery. We'd walk around and she'd be like, Mom, look at this one, look at this statue, look at that. Beautiful houses that you'd walk into. My gloves, they're leaking. I'm just going to take them off. It's ridiculous. You know, you'd go into these little houses that they actually built, and you'd have a few, you know, tombs put in there. It almost gave me very similar to how the Egyptians, you know, used to be with their tombs and their mummies and everything. It's very, very much like that. Gives me that sensation. Anyway, of course, I am extremely grateful that I am able to now live the life that my father and my mother would have really loved, and they were worked so hard, both of them, towards their retirement, and you know, and to enjoy this villa that they had sacrificed for. And I am very grateful that I am able to do it, and I am super grateful that my sister was able to buy a villa right next door. I mean, what are the chances? And so it's like a double pleasure of living here. Anyway, I just thought I'd talk a little bit about the life of my dad and how he worked so hard. And yeah, also because June is Father's Day in England. June is the month that my dad died in, and it just brings back a lot of memories. Anyway, I went there to my dad. I took him some flowers. I feel satisfied. I cleaned his tomb and everything, and now I am going to celebrate his life by planting these beautiful flowers that I got from the garden center. By the way, he loved margaritas, and my mom's name was Margarita. Well, Margaret in English, but he would call her Margherita. And he loved margarita flowers, so I bought him a bunch of those yellow ones. So you get white and yellow, don't you? Yeah, I bought him yellow ones, probably not margaritas, but anyway. And I put them on his tomb. Anyway, let's get planting here. What do you think of that? I think it's absolutely beautiful. And this will make me think of my dad. Thank you so much for watching this week's video. If you're new to this channel, why not consider subscribing? And thank you for all your lovely comments from last week's video. Ciao, alla prossima.